Hi, my name is Jessica Lynch, and the topic that I will be presenting today is evaluating staff performance. What is staff performance evaluation? Staff performance evaluation is a process that is both formative and summative, meaning that it is both an ongoing process and also usually completed annually. This provides the opportunity for growth and allows for staff development to improve the workplace environment, thus improving the satisfaction of employees, patients, and physicians, which can lead to an increase in the overall quality of patient care and staff morale. Performance evaluation is one of the most important responsibilities of the nurse manager. The nurse manager that gets into the rhythm of evaluation by considering it part of daily work will be highly successful. Evaluations are often completed by staff members, which means self-evaluation. However, they are also completed by nurse managers and peers. These peer evaluations are not limited to only other coworkers with the same title. For example, nurses are often evaluated by other nurses, but can also be evaluated by non-nursing employees such as patient care techs or unit clerks that work with them on the unit, and vice versa. Staff evaluations are a component of performance management. Why is performance evaluation necessary? Performance evaluation is a critical process to help guide or encourage good behavior, but can also be used to draw attention to negative behaviors that the staff member may not even be aware of. Evaluating performance by comparing it to a standard behavior or standard work enables the manager to identify the developmental needs of a particular employee, which can help the manager provide guidance or mentorship in order to encourage the employee to flourish in their current position. Evaluations can also be used to reward high-performing staff members or as a consequence to staff members that may be underperforming. Overall, performance evaluation is used to provide feedback to each employee to help make the unit run smoothly, which can improve the overall quality of care that patients receive and employee satisfaction on the unit. For example, a unit that's burdened by bullying, lateness, abuse of paid time off, or sick leave can result in a high rate of turnover, which makes it more expensive for the unit to run, while a high-functioning unit, which is free of performance concerns, provides the most cost-effective health care. Also, I've included a sample of a general performance evaluation form over here on the right-hand side. It's not specific to nursing, but I thought that it did a good job of giving a basic idea of what's typically reviewed on a performance evaluation. Performance management includes the systems, policies, procedures, position descriptions, and evaluation components essential to providing consistent high-quality nursing practice or care. The key to successful performance management is setting up systems that create what is referred to as the ABC model, which I will review on the next slide. A manager that does not use the ABC model will generally not be successful in improving staff performance because without consequences, behaviors will not change. Here is a breakdown of the ABC model that's used for performance management. A stands for antecedents, which are tangible and intangibles that prompt behaviors, such as position descriptions, career ladders, journal clubs, and performance evaluations. B stands for behaviors, and behaviors are what a staff member says or does, and these can be positive or negative. C stands for consequences, which is perhaps the most crucial. Consequences can be positive or negative. I know that most often consequences are viewed in a negative manner, but some examples of consequences include salary increases, feedback, which can be positive or negative, being able to attend a conference or work off-site. Negative consequences include being passed over for a promotion or remaining flat on the clinical ladder, receiving a very small or no salary increase at all, or denial of vacation requests due to poor performance. The performance evaluation process, also known as appraisal, is one component of performance management. In the ABC model, performance evaluation can be an antecedent or a guide for behavior, but it can also be a consequence. Organizations manage the formal evaluation process in various ways. However, most formal evaluations occur annually at the same time each year, and this often coincides with the fiscal year of the employer. However, to truly be effective, evaluation should be considered ongoing and included as part of daily work and not only addressed once a year. Evaluating performance by comparing it to a standard behavior enables the manager to identify developmental needs of the employee. Performance-related behavior should be directly associated with the role and must be accomplished to achieve a job's objective. Evaluating performance is both a daily and annual role of the manager. Excellent performance assessment ensures patient safety, addresses performance issues when they arise, and provides staff with a clear view of management's expectations for performance. Unit quality and the workplace will be superior if consistent performance evaluation occurs. The nurse manager has several responsibilities in relation to evaluation of staff performance. One of the most important tasks of a responsible nurse manager is timely completion of performance evaluations. Additionally, nurse managers are also responsible for creating a development plan with clear and measurable goals, which is to be utilized in the upcoming year. They should be doing this for each employee individually. Nurse managers should ensure that their presence on the unit is visible and consistent. This helps to directly assess individuals and their overall staff performance. They should also obtain feedback from physicians, patients, and non-nursing employees regarding the overall performance of each staff member. Additionally, they are responsible for providing concrete examples of desired performance. This can be done by providing a job description of expectations or standard work. Additionally, they can compare performance of each individual to a dedicated position description or compared to others with like experience. For example, comparing a newer or novice nurse to a more experienced nurse would be unfair. Nurse managers should coordinate a peer review process that, if used, is open, transparent, and fosters trust between coworkers. Nurse managers should coach staff members on how to complete self-evaluations with measurable goals, while ensuring that these goals are realistic and achievable. They should also prepare for evaluations by reviewing materials in the employee's file, writing the evaluation, and setting the stage for a respectful conversation about performance. Finally, nurse managers should feel comfortable asking for help from a mentor, a more experienced colleague, or human resources professional if necessary. There are 5 main components of formal staff evaluations, and they are as follows. Multi-layered behavior-oriented criteria, feedback on the level of performance of the criteria against a standardized rating scale, concrete examples of performance or the lack of performance, staff members' self-evaluation of performance, and a developmental plan for performance improvement. There are different aspects of the role of a nurse. Expectations may fall into many different categories and can be clustered in many ways. But all performance evaluations should share core behaviors, and the expectations of all staff within a specific job category should be the same. Additionally, evaluations should reflect higher or unique expectations related to the functions of nursing. These might include the nursing process, teaching, research, leadership, and clinical quality. Each of these groups will have subcategories that may be unit-specific. In order to clarify expectations and drive performance improvement, evaluation tools should include the following elements. The values of the organization. Each organization has a mission statement and often a value statement. A description of the position. Career ladders include specific position descriptions to clarify the expectations for performance. The performance evaluation is then directly linked to the behaviors in the performance evaluations. Cluster behaviors. Group behaviors within the performance evaluation are clustered within performance categories. Opportunities for performance improvement becomes clearer when a weakness is visible in a specific performance category, such as leadership or building relationships with patients or colleagues. Examples of expectations. The evaluator should provide specific examples of behaviors that speak to each rating given and developmental goals. The evaluation should include the individual's goals for the past year and if and how they were met. Goals should also be realistic, measurable, and attainable. Goals for the next year should be set at the annual evaluation. There are various methods for collecting performance data. These methods include self-evaluation, peer review, and manager evaluation. Self-evaluation is a critical component of performance evaluation as it encourages reflection, which is an essential component of professional nursing practice and a strategy for learning. Reflection is defined as the deliberate process of critically thinking about clinical experiences. This self-analysis leads to understanding of performance that may change professional practice. Nursing scholars suggest that reflection provides the nurse with the opportunity to build upon existing knowledge through clinical experiences, development of clinical judgment, promoting strong communication skills, building a collaborative practice, and improving patient care. Peer review is defined as the process by which practicing registered nurses systematically assess, monitor, and make judgments about the quality of nursing care provided by peers as measured against professional standards of practice. Peer review is seen as an essential component of contemporary nursing practice by the Magnet Recognition Program, the ANA, and the Institute of Medicine. The purpose of peer review is to reinforce the quality of patient care and the caliber of professional nursing practice by evaluating the practice of peers. The manager's evaluation is the final piece in the performance evaluation process. As previously stated, the manager's evaluation is formative, meaning ongoing, and summative, meaning at the conclusion of a specific period of time. Since managers are accountable for evaluation and development of all of their staff, the evaluation process can be daunting for them, especially if the manager does not view performance evaluation as a daily responsibility. The manager should create a file for each staff member, which can include anecdotal notes that describe in detail the performance of the staff member as a situation occurs. These can be notes of concern or positive feedback. If constructive feedback is given, a note should be made and should include the staff member's response to the feedback. The file can also include presentations given, notes from patients or other medical staff, and should be full of evidence by the time an annual performance evaluation is due. The manager should prepare for the annual evaluation by reviewing the material in the file and reviewing the skill competency checklist for the staff member, as well as the employee's self-evaluation and any peer reviews that have been completed. Finally, the nurse manager should write a final evaluation and draft a professional developmental plan for the employee. However, the final developmental plan will be constructed with the staff member during the evaluation and agreed upon together. Skill competency is defined as the ability to perform a skill knowledgeably and safely. Healthcare organizations are required to assess their employees' ability to perform the functions, skills, and tasks of the position. Validation of competency should be an ongoing process, which is often initiated in orientation, followed up by educators, and assessed on an annual basis. Skill evaluations should be carried out through a variety of methods, which include simulation, written exams, direct observation, and/or case studies. The manager plays a key role in determining which competencies are required for each position and the manager's span of control. Evidence of skill competency provides additional data for the performance review as well as the developmental plan. This slide includes a YouTube video that I found of a nurse manager reviewing a sample performance appraisal or an evaluation form. If you are viewing this video on a computer, you can actually use your phone to scan this QR code and it'll take you directly to the link to watch this video. This slide includes some examples and tips for completing a self-evaluation. I recently had to complete my first nursing self-evaluation, and I think that reviewing this prior to completing that would have made it a lot less stressful and less of a confusing process. So I hope that this can help somebody else while they complete theirs. Again, it has a QR code, So if you just open your camera on your cell phone and point it at that code, it'll take you directly to the link. There's also a link down below the image. And here I've included 2 different links to a sample competency checklist. The one that I found is for Med-Surg, which I thought would be a pretty broad list of skills. But if you work in any specialties, there would probably be additional skills that would be more unit specific, but I thought that this was a good basis to start from. Here is my list of references, which also includes the links to some of the information that I shared in the previous few slides. Thank you so much for watching my presentation. I hope that the information provided was helpful and that I didn't stutter too much.